Welcome to the Real Estate 401k Show. Here are your hosts, Ryan Gertis, Mike Weinstein, and Justin Frederick, helping you build a legacy of wealth through real estate. Powered by the Recon Group at West USA and the Frederick team with Fairway Mortgage. NMLS number 625918.
You know, the one industry in this country that I have a very, very difficult time feeling sorry for, and I do feel sorry for Americans that do get laid off. I know it's a big deal when companies go under or industries start to fail. I know people that they do lose their jobs, so that's not lost on me. But the overall picture, I take a look at some of these industries and these companies, and when they struggle, I'm like, you do it to yourself. Do you ever sit there and ask yourself, like, why are people fleeing us? Why are we struggling financially? And one of those industries, and it drives me nuts, and it comes down to the media. I remember a day in time where if I wanted to know what was going on in the world, it was the AZ or the Arizona Republic. Mm-hmm. And I remember for me, and I'm not going to get into politics and what side of the aisle that I sit on, but I remember I became so disenfranchised with newspapers in general when they started supporting candidates.
Mm-hmm.
Your job is to report the news.
The facts.
The facts. I am, well, maybe not me. Most Americans are intelligent enough to be able to form their own opinions. And it's why we hate cable news so much, because I don't feel like there is a news outlet that I can turn on today and just get the facts. I don't need your slant. I don't need your opinion. And we are seeing a lot of it when it comes down to real estate. Yeah. The articles and the headlines that these news outlets are putting out there, it's not only devastating for our industry, but I dare say they have some liability and responsibility when a lot of people wake up 30, 40 years from now and have no retirement, because they're scaring the hell out of people from buying real estate. And the people who are writing a lot of these articles, they're not economists. They're just looking for headlines. So that's a long setup for this. And all I'm going to do is read the headline, let you respond, because this one, it just couldn't be further from the truth. Written, I dare say, written by a bunch of morons or a moron at the Wall Street Journal. Whoever wrote this headline, you are a uneducated moron. Did I get the point across?
Yeah, you definitely
pretty strong.
Did. Yeah,
you,
that was
you
strong.
You feel the passion?
I felt the passion from the start of it.
All right, here's the headline from the Wall Street Journal. And it's so dangerous for people who read this. There's never been a worse time to buy instead of rent. There's never been a worse time to buy that renting is the best. The worst time to buy?
The worst. Never.
I mean,
never.
Go. This is driving me nuts.
It drives me absolutely crazy too. I want to start off with, there's been articles like this in 2019. I remember reading an article that was like this. And tell me that was a bad time to buy. Tell me now, looking back, that 2019, if you bought a house in Maricopa County in 2019, tell me that you wouldn't have at least $100,000 in your pocket at this point, or more.
Oh, you're 100% right, bro.
I don't care where you lived. I don't care if you lived in a condo. I don't care if you lived
in a van down by the river.
In a van down by the river. That van is worth more today. No, but I get so sick of seeing headlines equivalent to this headline, and we're still seeing appreciation with properties. Yes, it values are higher than they were, but that's just what happens over time. Mm-hmm. We just continue. I had a chart a couple weeks ago that showed what income levels were doing since 1980, so for the last 43 years, and what house prices have done in the last 43 years. And income levels rose 3 times. House values rose 6 times what income levels did. That's crazy, but that's just what they do. They continue to go up, and it was a trend that's continued to happen for the last 43 years.
All right, so the subtitle here is, let me again read the headline from this dumbass from the Wall Street Journal. There's never been a worse time to buy instead of rent. Subtitle, it is 52% more expensive to buy a home than to rent one thanks to climbing mortgage rates. Okay. This is why this is stupid. And this is why this guy's a dumbass. I'm hoping like we do some dumbass Wall Street Journal hashtags or something like that. I want to have this guy on the podcast. So let's go. Because this article makes sense if you don't think like an investor. This article makes sense if you do not have a concept of how money works. And that is what we do on this team. And what we do together with our clients is we help whether you're a first-time home buyer, a second-time home buyer, you own 100 doors. We help all of our clients see through the prism of investing and building wealth in real estate. And if you'd like some more information, go ahead and text the word, I don't know, how about worse?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. How about dumbass? No, we can't do dumbass. How about text WSJ for Wall Street Journal? Text one of those 3 to 623-AZ-RECON. Again, text WSJ to 623-AZ-RECON. I could not have made this call to action any more difficult than I have. But you know what? Our listeners they're smarter.
Yeah.
They're smart. They can figure it out. But text it to 623-AZ-RECON. Here's the danger. Yes, rates are high. And yes, it costs more to own a home than to rent a home. It's always been that way. Like, that's nothing new.
It's nothing
right?
new.
When you own a home, it always costs more than renting. When I rent, I got some utilities and I got to pay rent. Okay? So that's nothing new. But my fear and what I don't like about this article, it keeps everybody narrow focus and not focusing on how money works. Because the interest rate, we talk about this all the time, Justin, the interest rate is just one of the many numbers. And if you don't understand what the other numbers and how they play a role into this, you will get frozen in time just based on interest rate. When you own a piece of property, a home, a house, whatever you want to call it these days, yes, you are going to make money on the home appreciation. Home will go up in value. If tomorrow it drops by 10%, I will guarantee you 7 years from now, that house will be worth more than what you paid for it, okay? Even if it drops in value. So you make money on appreciation. They are expecting that home prices to go up just over 24% in the next 5 years. Mm-hmm. So do the math if you're buying a $400,000 house, okay? Number 2, you're going to make money. We call it our principal buy down. Your house never has to go up in value, ever, for you to make money. If I got a $400,000 loan, Justin, and I make every single one of those 360 payments over the life of the loan, now all of a sudden that $400,000 loan, now I've got $400,000 worth of equity. What's even better is when I put a renter in there, they're going to buy down that principal. So we call that our real estate 401k program. The endless tax benefits to owning. What tax benefit do you get for renting?
Zero.
The tax benefits, so through the life of the loan, there are going to be tax benefits. Oh, Mike, what if my house sits vacant? Mike, what if I have to put new carpet? Okay, we call those tax write-offs. Mm-hmm. Okay, I don't mind sometimes during a month taking a loss on one of my Airbnbs because you know why? I need tax write-offs. Mm-hmm. And then the fourth element is when you do convert it into a rental, you're going to realize positive cash flow. So when you take a look at all 4 different ways you make money on this piece of real estate, you can't get focused just on interest rate, and that's why this headline in this article is so stupid.
Well, I want to touch bases on my side of things too. So there's a lot of talk of the rates going down. A lot of these economists are saying that we should see lower rates in the next 5 months. Now, do I really believe that's going to happen? Maybe, but I just want to be more conservative and say, let's say 12 months, okay? Let's say 24 months. What if it's 24 months? Great. All right. Here's what I want to say about owning a home. You know what your payment's going to be.
True.
Right?
That's it.
You know what your payment's going to be every single month. Now, what we do know is we have short inventory. There's a lot of people out there that are looking to buy that now have to rent. And we have so many transfers here that are coming here for the chip plants, for all the businesses that are booming here in Maricopa County.
And food trucks.
Right.
God. At what point are we going to be nominated and anointed as
we have so many
food truck mecca of the world?
But my point to that is rents are going to rise. All right. Yeah, maybe it's not as much as owning a home, but just like you said, principal buy downs. So I want to say, I say this a lot. I want to say it again. You're going to date the rate. You're going to marry the home. You're dating the rate because it's going to be a short period of time before you, relatively short period of time before you're going to refinance that and you're going to get into a lower rate. Just like we were talking about earlier, there's economists out there that are saying that we should see high 5s, mid 5s. There's some that are saying high 4s. Okay, that's going to be a big difference than what today's rates are. But once you get to those lower rates, what's going to happen to the housing market?
And it's
going to explode.
And if you're just stuck on interest rates, then you won't see the bigger picture.
No.
And you'll wait for rates to drop. When you understand that the rate is just one number in the equation, and there's other ways to make money, that's what puts us over the edge and says, hey, we got. That's what makes me still invest. And you'd mentioned earlier that you and Sabrina are your goal is to add another house to your real estate portfolio. It doesn't matter about rates.
No.
What matters is about the end game. So my question for you, I think that I've made my feelings clear about this headline and whoever wrote this headline.
Sentences.
And they are really putting people in a position and scaring people into not making good financial decisions. Why go with this? Why does somebody at the Wall Street Journal, why is this the headline?
Because they want readers. And who is not going to read that? Even we read this stuff, and we know it's bullshit, but we read it. I read the one in 2019 when I knew it was bullshit. The market kept getting better and better. I read it because I want to know what they have to say. And tell me if I'm wrong. That's you feel like everybody wants to read this. Whether you're seeking this information because you feel like it's better for your mental health to know that that's why you're not buying, because you want to agree with somebody that doesn't even practice in real estate or isn't
and I can't say that they
economist.
don't. I'm just making assumptions here.
I would be willing to bet that they're not into real estate.
Because here's the other thing. Here's what they don't know is, and it's one of the greatest sayings that we have on our team, and we have a lot of good sayings. And honestly, I'll give credit to him. He's not here. He's home in bed, sick like a little baby, Ryan. But he has a saying, and he's
got a lot of good ones.
He does. And he explains it to all of our clients. Listen, here's what you need to know. Money never disappears. It just moves.
Mm-hmm.
Money never dries up. Our job as real estate wealth managers and your job as an investor and somebody looking to build wealth in real estate is to follow the money and look for the opportunities. And we'd love to have that conversation with you. Love to introduce you to Justin and his team on the lending side. We'd love to have a conversation with you as far as building your wealth management or your wealth building strategy. All you got to do, we're just having fun with the Wall Street Journal. So go ahead and text the word or the letters WSJ to 623-AZ-RECON. That's WSJ to 623-AZ-RECON.
Thank you for joining us on the Real Estate 401k Show. If you want more information on how to build wealth, click on the link or text us at 623-297-3266. That's 623-AZ-RECON.